Hi, my name is Brian J. Daley and I'm your host for this news documentary. June 6, 1944 marked the greatest invasion in history. Allied troops of World War II assaulted the northern portion of France in an attempt to retake continental Europe from the Nazis. Involved in the Allied assault were 185,000 troops, 18,000 paratroopers, 13,175 aircraft, 4,066 landing ships, 745 large ships, 20,000 vehicles, and 347 minesweepers. Since Gold, Juno, and Sword Beaches were defended by Russians in German uniforms, the invading British troops quickly moved inland once the Russians left the German officers to fight for themselves. However, the American forces, which landed at Utah and Omaha beaches, hit heavy German forces which were already dug in practice maneuvers. The American forces were nearly pushed back into the sea in some of the bloodiest fighting ever. But despite heavy losses, the incredibly persistent American forces eventually overtook the Germans and marked the beginning of the end of the Nazi occupation of Europe. 50 years later, here at Montrose Harbor, the World War II Reenactment Society and other reenactment groups came to Chicago to launch one of the biggest World War II reenactments ever. I personally arrived here at 5:30 in the morning and secured that corner spot there to record this great moment in history. Here's what I saw.
Guten Tag, meine Damen und Herren. Bienvenue, mesdames et messieurs. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is John Ryan. I represent the World War II Historical Reenactment Society, a nationwide group of collectors and historians. All of the troops participating today are members of the World War II HRS or other reenacting groups concerned with the preservation of artifacts and traditions associated with the period 1939 to 1945. Before we begin, I would like to thank the City of Chicago, the Chicago Park District, Police and Fire Department, Streets and Sand, Mayor's Office of Public Events, and all the other military and civilian agencies who have assisted us in making this presentation possible. We also wish to express our profound appreciation to the Robert R. McCormick Tribune Foundation for their generous support and advice throughout this project. Germans fire some more flak to aid the C-47 in speeding it back to England, and they gratefully depart the scene, having notified headquarters of the presence of the anti-aircraft position. The Allied air literally shot the remaining German aircraft out of the skies and bombed much of the German infrastructure to prevent the one of its bombs, B-25 is going to return for another attempt. This would be an extremely brave act in that the flak battery has already identified the aircraft. Notice that the B-25 is also marked with the D-Day Invasion stripes. On the pier, this plane has been unable to knock out the anti-aircraft installation. He's out of bombs and nearly out of fuel. He's going to have to return to England to rearm and try it again. Near miss seems to have been scored. They'll go around and try again. A destroyer is going to cross to your front. This again is the naval training vessel Montrose, which trains. And German batteries have unmasked themselves. Hear fire coming from the German battery. And now the big guns of the Navy join in and begin to bombard the beach. The German army in Normandy, while under great strain, was still a formidable fighting force. As Germany attempted to garrison all of its conquered territory and fight off the Soviets in the east, manpower and supply became overwhelming problems. As a result, many of the German units in Normandy were composed of older soldiers, reservists, and troops who had become ill or were severely wounded on the Eastern Front. The Allied invasion fleet has formed up and sailed out from behind the breakwater. It will now turn inward to the beach. the Germans are being herded up, rounded up, and put back into their bunker for safekeeping while the position is consolidated. The Allies have overcome, as they did on June 6, 1944, but not without considerable cost, as you can see. There are many casualties on the beach. At Omaha Beach, of the 35,000 landing troops, 2,000 to 2,500 became casualties, many of them killed outright. Reenactors, cease firing. Reenactors, cease firing.
Uncle Earl at the Normandy Day Invasion. See? There's the hat.
Huh?
Uncle Earl, say hi to the camera.
Hi, camera.
Okay, there he is. We're going to pan right back out here to the Normandy Day Invasion.
Good show, huh? Yeah.
A supplementary announcement, folks. Some of you may be aware of this, but in Wheeling this afternoon and tomorrow, there is a World War II type hangar dance and an aircraft exhibit. You're invited out to Palwaukee Airport in Wheeling to view that. Many of our troops will be going out to the hangar dance. Remember, we need you to stay back from the beaches. We don't want anyone on the beaches. The troops will form up in a minute and march out. We would like you to stay off of the beaches. And
We want to see you too. Should go about that 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right.